Hello, YouTube. Admiral Seabass here for American turn number 6. Big turn here. Risky turn for the Americans. Um, these are their purchases. They maxed out the 10 units they could build on the west. They're going to build a light cruiser on the east. Yeah, here's the big news. We're going after Rome. Got to do something to shake this up. Already got this on the battle board here. We're also going to strategically bomb Japan and try to take out that blocker down there. So big turn here for the U.S. So let's get going here. Italy is not going to scramble that fighter in because they think they're going to lose this sea battle anyway. Maybe even on the first round. So they don't want to waste the fighter. They want to save it for the battle for Rome. It's going to be close, I think, in Rome. There's all the stuff getting ready to come on shore. So anyway, let's go ahead and roll this out. This advanced sub has got first strike, so let me check the rules on that. Yes, it does have first strike, and it has naval target select. It hits on a 5 or less on a D12, and it can select its target on a 1 or a 2. And it misses anyway, so that doesn't matter. So now the U.S. has 2 at 2, 2 at 3, 1 at 7 or less on a D12, and 1 at 4. That's a tactical upscale due to the fighter. So let's roll these here. That is nothing. That is not good for the U.S. Shouldn't be fatal, though. So what do the Italians have in return? They have 2 at 2, 1 at 3, and 1 at 4. So let's see. Wait a minute. There we go. 2 hits. So the U.S. will take the advanced sub and the light cruiser. All right. So the U.S. has 1 at 2, 2 at 3, a D12 7 or less, naval target select 1 to 3, and 1 at 4. Two hits only. So the Italians will take 1 and 2. Okay. So the Italians have 2 at 2, 1 at 3, and 1 at 4. Two more hits. So U.S. will take the destroyer. And I think it'll take the cruiser. Nope, I'll take the fighter. Okay, this is closer than I thought it was going to be, everyone. The U.S. now has 1 at 3, a D12 7 or less, 1 to 3 target select, and now this got scaled back down, so this will be at 3 also. U.S. could really use 3 hits here. 3 hits, I think, would end it. And they got 1 hit, not a target select, and they got another hit. So we will damage the battleship and lose the cruiser. So now the Italians have 1 at 3 and 1 at 4. 1 hit. So I think the U.S. will lose the cruiser now. Okay, it just knocked some of these guys over down here. All right, down to the nitty-gritty. One at 3 and one at 7 or less on a D12. And there it is. There is the hit. And now the Italians get one back at 4 or less. And they hit. So I think we will lose. I think we're going to have to lose. Doesn't really matter. Probably lose the tactical. So now we have a big assault on Rome, and I need to get that set up. Okay, here's the battle for Rome. And I think the Italians definitely have the advantage. But the U.S., I think, has numerical, maybe about even. Don't really know. So here's 8 American infantry and mechs. No hits. That hurts. And now the U.S. will have 2 at 2 and 2 at 3. And there's 3 hits. So there's those. Actually, you know what? Never mind. We will do 1, 2, and 3. And the U.S. had no planes, so those anti-aircraft are just fodder. So the Italians have 9 at 2. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go ahead and roll those first. And there's 3 hits, so these 3 guys are gone. And they have 2 at 2, or 2 at 3 and 1 at 4. There's 2 more hits. So these 2 guys will go away. This, by the way, was the 35th Infantry Division. If you haven't seen my video on my grandfather's, that's the infantry division my grandpa served in World War II. So, okay. So there we are, round 2. I mean, U.S. has got to keep going because if they don't, the Luftwaffe is going to come down and wipe them all out. So I knew this was a long shot, but the U.S. really had to do something to try to flip the script here. So here's 3 mechs at 1, 2 at 2, and 2 at 3. That's a little better. There's 4 hits. So those guys go away. So the Italians have 8 at 2. Is that right? Yes. So let's go ahead and do those. 3 hits. Those mechs go away. And then 2 at 3 and 2 at 2. Oh, wait. No, this is the Italians. So 3 at 3 and 1 at 4. I think I got this wrong in the Italians last time, but who knows. And there's 3 more hits. So there's those 3 go away. So yeah, this is not going to go well for the Americans. They got 1 tank left at 3, which hits. And now the Italians have 4 at 2, just looking for 1 hit, and that didn't get it. 3 at 3 and 1 at 4. There it is. So the Americans have lost pretty much their entire Atlantic fleet. And they've got 6 transports and a battle cruiser sitting off of Italy. So, yeah, not going well, but I didn't know what else to do. Japan's got this thing so Japan over here and Russia here, or Germany here, and UK's inability to really do anything to get back in the war has really made things hard for the Allies. So I'm not going to call it yet, but I think what that just demonstrated was the U.S. didn't really have the strength to knock Italy out of the war on their own, that they needed some help. And just look at all that stuff Germany's got sitting there ready to go. So anyway, let's do this. This is a German light cruiser. Needed to take that out if I could. It gets a shot at an anti-aircraft shot at this bomber. It misses. So the bomber will attack at a 4 and hits, and the light cruiser will attack at a 2 and misses. So that light cruiser is gone. That blocker's out of the way, which doesn't really matter now. I'm gonna land him back in Gibraltar. So now over here, let's do this first. This is also a risk. One single fighter trying to take out that blocker so that the rest can invade. So that's a 3, which misses. The Japanese destroyer shoots back and misses. American fighter misses. German destroyer or Japanese destroyer misses. U.S. fighter hits. Japanese destroyer misses. Okay, so it's on. That's good because now the route to Manila has been opened back up. And these guys will walk onto New Guinea now, like that. And then this carrier will move up in non-combat move. So, and then I'll be back and we'll do this bombing raid. Okay, here we go. 2 U.S. normal bombers, 2 Japanese fighters will intercept. So the bombers get to shoot at the fighters, I believe, with 1s, and there's no hits. And the Japanese fighter gets to roll at a 1, and the jet gets to roll at a 2. So no hits there. So now the anti-air of the industrial complex gets to roll against the bombers, and it gets a hit. So one of these bombers goes away. The surviving bomber rolls a d6 and adds 2, and that's the damage done to the factory. 4. So we grab one of these. And we put the 2 on top of there. And that's all the combat moves for the U.S. So let me contemplate their non-combats and I'll be... Okay, carrier moved up here into C-Zone 46 to land the fighter and protect these transports. Cruiser from C-Zone 8 moved down here. That blocks any reinforcement of the Hawaiian Islands from mainland Japan. Mech infantry moved from Alaska into the Aleutians. 2 transports from here moved to here. And then over here, aircraft carrier moved back to here from here. Think that should protect them from the Air Force, the Luftwaffe in Paris, but I don't know. 3 transports moved from here with 6 guys and landed in Gibraltar. That is it. So now we will place units for the U.S. Light cruiser goes here off of Washington. And let's see. The rest of the stuff will go, all 10 of these units all go over here. And this, my friends, is the force designed to take back Hawaii and perhaps extend this game if they do so. So you look at this now. We've got a screening force here. So this stuff cannot get to the Hawaiian Islands. We've got 3 transports, 6 ground units, and 3 naval units that can get to Hawaii. And these bombers could even get to Hawaii too and land in Midway. But Japan could take Midway out and prevent that from happening. So that is about the best the U.S. could do. Also, they do have something of a force down there to threaten Manila. Anzac's going to get going here, but that you got to figure that U.S. force can't last long down there, and that aircraft carrier is going to get fixed at the start of next turn since it's at a port. So that's about the best the U.S. could do this turn. It made Japan spend a little bit of money to fix their factory. So, but over here, it's not looking so hot, is it? Yeah. In fact, Germany will almost certainly send some planes down to take out that battle cruiser and those 6 transports that are sitting there. So anyway, U.S. saved $1. And let me see what they get. They're sitting at $49 of income. And they do have some bonuses. So let's just call it 50 with the saved $1. And we'll add to that whatever bonuses that they're going to get. So 10 for this one. Nope, they don't get that one. Another 5 for that one. Nope. Nope. So they get 15 extra. So they're going to get 65 total. So 65. That is U.S. turn number 6. They are some $15, $17 behind Japan. So I think it's just a matter of time. I'm not going to call the game right now, but definitely want to see what happens in India. Definitely want to see what happens in Russia. But not looking good at all for the Allies. Again, that was pretty risky. Given the way the rest of the game was going, I had to try something. And I guess I could have waited one more turn for those other transports to come over. But, you know, the U.S. Navy almost got beat down there, and Germans got so many fighters down there. We'll just have to see what happens. But this is really where it's happening right now. If Japan takes India, and there's no reasonable threat of the FEC taking it back, and if Germany continues to make headway here, I am going to call it. So, all right, everyone, this is Admiral Seabass signing off.